What's up, YouTube? This is Plant-Based Booch, the geek who likes eating plants just as much as he likes smoking them. I also love watching movies. If you do too, then join the conversation below in the comments, like, subscribe, share it around, and let me know what you want to hear me review and talk about. I'm also going to be doing ranking, lists, a bunch of fun stuff. But the reason I'm here today is because I'm reviewing a bunch of movies that aren't quite your traditional Christmas movies. It's part of my Off-Kilter Christmas this year. It's the first annual Off-Kilter Christmas I'm doing. I watched actually a lot of non-traditional Christmas stuff. I wish I had time to review it all, but this past week has been wild. My wife is positive with COVID-19. It's a quarantine Christmas. I just got my wisdom teeth removed, so I haven't been able to talk much. I'm actually talking a bit too much now, meaning that I really only had a couple of movies that I wanted to make sure that I review, and I wanted to have them for you today because it's Christmas. You know, 'tis the season. So check out my other video. That's going to be Black Christmas. But the reason we're here today is because of Christmas, Bloody Christmas. What an unexpected joy. What a thrill ride. What an awesome time. I actually renewed my Shudder membership just so I could watch this movie. Oh, one more thing real quick. If I'm not like super expressive or animated as usual, it's because I still have stitches and it literally does hurt to speak. But I wanted to talk with you about these films and get something out there. So hopefully you'll be patient and hopefully you'll still enjoy. So Black Christmas is another movie. Christmas, Bloody Christmas was awesome. I didn't really know what to expect from it. I saw people saying it was a Terminator Santa. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. I didn't see as much of that Terminator Santa I didn't see as much of that Terminator Santa to begin with. I didn't see as much of the Robo Santa to begin with, and I was very okay with that because they introduced us to some really fun characters. We got Tori, we got Robbie. And they were just fun to be around. You know, we see that in so much modern, or at least I think in modern horror, we see characters who are introduced just to die off, and we really don't care about them. In most cases, we end up kind of rooting for the killer. But in this case, I was really on the side of the survivors. And we see Tori, you know, she is, you know, she's like a real modern woman. She's awesome. She's independent. Her sister and brother-in-law are actually staying at her place. She's a business owner. She's actually going out for a date, like be like, you know, I don't want anything serious, but you know, she wants to get laid on Christmas. And I think that she's really admirable. And, you know, we see that when her employee, Robbie, keeps hitting on her, that she kind of just brushes it off. She's able to, you know, kind of, you know, rib him back, give as good as she gets. You know, at first I wasn't sure what to make of Robbie. I thought that he was kind of a creep, but seeing their back and forth, you know, and getting an idea of their rapport, and obviously Robbie has this crush on her. Robbie and Tori have kind of this rapport, and they're fun, and I think this movie kind of endears us to them, especially as we see, you know, later on that, you know, Tori does enjoy spending time with Robbie, and they're going back and forth about music. A lot of people have related this to like Kevin Smith-esque dialogue, and yeah, I agree. I'll take it. Like, you know, there's a lot of lewd talk, you know, very modern kink terms. I'm not going to really repeat any of the dialogue here, but it's just, you know, it's fun. You know, like these are people that I would hang out with. They brought us back to the old school horror of element of like, okay, we care about the characters, and also they didn't go nuts on CGI. You know, they had your special effects. They had a lot of the campy practical effects. Some of them look campy, some of them don't. But the point is that it's there, and I really appreciated it. I'm like, yeah, here's that practical stuff. Like, it's kind of like, even though you know it's not 100% real, it's kind of like, you know, creates a visceral reaction in me. Robbie and Tori finally do hook up. Once again, super progressive that, you know, Tori is actually, you know, getting eaten out on Christmas Eve. Robbie's going down on her, you know, she's receiving first, and once again, like, she's kind of like, she's taking control of her sexuality and just trying to have a good time on Christmas Eve. Oh, by the way, they also have like a love of horror movies and music. Like if you're just a fan, you know, of the genre, you really enjoy the stuff they're talking about. Once again, these are people that we would like see at a horror convention or something like that, or at the movies. Tori jumps to action as soon as she realizes something's wrong. Like you see that she's just a leader. You know, she is an assertive individual, and and that's what makes her a good final girl, a good survivor. And we see at the end, like, she has to like defeat this robot 35 times. It's like a boss battle in a video game, and that bar just keeps refilling, and she has to keep fighting them. This movie had a lot of fun homages, Halloween, Black Christmas, The Shining. There's like various POV shots, or an axe going through a door. This kind of reminded me of the Child's Play remake, because in that version, it was kind of like a computer that had gone awry, and here we see it's something similar. That this is a military grade robot that was reprogrammed to be a toy store Santa, and he's not an awesome Santa. Overall, this movie definitely makes my watch list every year for Christmas from now on. I think it's very fun. I love horror, I love action movies, and I love the Terminator movies and stuff. So, this kind of blends all of those things together. And there is, I am doing spoilers, so when Robbie dies, that was rough. I was like, oh man, because once again, they endeared us to him. And, he wasn't the typical macho dude who was like, yeah, the girl's gonna go down on me, or I'm gonna get mine and then go make a sandwich. He was like, nah, I'm gonna treat you right. He goes down on his boss. He goes down on Tori. What a gentleman. So, when things finally go off and he gets killed by Robo Santa, like that, that was difficult. That was rough. But just the testament to how great the performances and the writing in this film is, that we really become endeared to these characters. It was a pleasant surprise. It got me on a horror Christmas kick this year, and I definitely recommend that anybody who's into Christmas movies, action movies, horror movies, anything genre, definitely give this a watch. It's very fun. I wouldn't say it's a family-friendly movie, because I know some people are cool with violence in their family movies. This is very lewd dialogue-wise. If you're down to do a lot of explaining and talk about sex positivity, by all means, watch this with your tween kids. But if you're not about that, then change it up. Let me know if you enjoyed my off-kilter Christmas reviews this year. I'd love to keep doing this every year. I have a bunch of Christmas movies that I watch every year and haven't reviewed yet. The channel's just starting, so I'm really excited to go through some of these with you. And I'm really excited to talk about some of your favorites. Do you have any characters of any franchises you'd like me to rank? It's all coming up, by the way. I have a lot of ideas on deck. But if there's any that my subs decide, oh, I want to see this or hear this, then yeah, sooner than later I'll probably put put my stuff on the burner and do whatever you want. I love talking about movies and shows and comic books and video games and stuff. So let's see what we can talk about. Let's just get to know each other, have a good time. I really love the community on YouTube. I think that a lot of people are like me. They may not be in situations where they're always able to talk about the stuff they love, with the community who really loves the same stuff. So they go on YouTube, and that's what brought me here. That's what brings you here. And let me know what we can do to bring others here. Let's keep it going. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. It's Happy Honda Days, which is my personal family favorite. Thanks for tuning in, and ho ho ho, to all a good night.